If you operate only in reactive mode, you will always be responding to incidents, audit findings, and urgent project requests. But if you want to operate as a true enterprise security architect, you must design forward. A target state architecture defines where you are going, what maturity you want to achieve, what capabilities must exist, how security aligns with business growth. Without a target state, security becomes incremental and fragmented. With a target state, security becomes intentional and strategic. You are not just solving today's problems, you are shaping the enterprise posture for the next 3 to 5 years. That requires discipline. Before you design the future, you must understand the present. A current state assessment is not a vulnerability scan. It is a holistic evaluation of your security capability landscape. You must evaluate across domains: identity governance, cloud security, network segmentation, data protection, DevSecOps integration, security operations maturity, governance and compliance alignment, OT security posture. You must ask, what controls exist? Are they consistent across environments? Are they automated or manual? Are they measurable? Are they aligned to business risk? For example, you may discover that multi-factor authentication is enforced for most users, but not for service accounts. Or that logging exists in multiple systems, but is not centralized. Or that segmentation policies differ between business units. Current state assessment requires honesty. Architectural maturity begins with transparency. Once you understand your current state, you compare it to your desired target state. Gap analysis identifies capability deficiencies, process inconsistencies, technology fragmentation, governance weaknesses, compliance misalignments. For example, if your target state includes identity first zero trust architecture, but your current state relies heavily on network based trust, the gap is structural. If your target state includes centralized logging and automated detection, but logs are stored locally without correlation, the gap is operational. Gap analysis must be prioritized. Not every gap requires immediate remediation. You must evaluate risk severity, business impact, regulatory exposure, operational feasibility. Gap analysis transforms vision into actionable planning. Your target state should define architectural principles, capability maturity levels, control integration patterns, governance mechanisms, operating model alignment. For example, your target state may include identity-centric access control across all systems, unified logging integrated with SIEM and XDR, micro-segmented network architecture, automated DevSecOps pipelines with integrated security testing, centralized data classification and encryption governance, risk-driven compliance reporting. The target state should be measurable, realistic, aligned to business strategy, phased over time. Avoid designing an idealized model that cannot be implemented. Balance ambition with feasibility. The transition roadmap converts architecture into execution. You must break transformation into manageable phases. For example, phase 1 may focus on identity modernization. Phase 2 may focus on logging centralization. Phase 3 may address segmentation and cloud governance. Phase 4 may enhance automation and proactive defense. Each phase should include defined objectives, capability improvements, risk reduction impact, cost estimation, measurable outcomes. Roadmaps must align with business cycles. For example, if the organization is expanding into cloud-native services, identity and DevSecOps maturity may need acceleration. If regulatory audits are approaching, compliance-related controls may take priority. A roadmap is not a technical list, it is a strategic narrative of evolution. You cannot succeed without executive support. Executives do not want architecture diagrams. They want clarity on risk reduction, business enablement, financial impact, compliance alignment, Competitive advantage. When presenting your target state, structure your message around current risk exposure, future desired posture, key gaps, prioritized roadmap, investment justification. For example, instead of saying, we need to centralize logging, say, our current detection capability is fragmented, increasing the risk of delayed breach identification. Centralizing logging reduces detection time and strengthens compliance assurance. Instead of saying, we need identity modernization, say, credential-based attacks represent our highest risk vector. Strengthening identity governance reduces enterprise-wide exposure. Frame architecture in business language. Clarity builds trust. Trust unlocks investment. Security budgets compete with other business priorities. To justify investment, you must link cost to value. Value may include reduced breach probability, reduced incident impact, lower regulatory penalty risk, improved operational efficiency, enhanced audit readiness. For example, investing in automation may reduce manual review effort by 40%. Strengthening privilege access controls may reduce high-impact breach likelihood. Centralizing logging may reduce investigation time significantly. Budget discussions must focus on return on risk reduction. Avoid presenting security as cost. Present it as investment in resilience. Quantify impact wherever possible. Executives support measurable value. Transformation is not only technical, you must manage cultural resistance, skill gaps, role redefinition, governance restructuring. For example, identity modernization may require redefining how administrators access systems. Segmentation may require coordination between network and cloud teams. Automation may change SOC workflows. Architecture implementation must include stakeholder engagement, communication plans, training programs, phased rollout. Without change management, even well-designed target states fail. Architecture must account for people, not just systems. Your target state should align with a defined maturity level. For example, if you are currently at a reactive maturity stage, your initial target may focus on repeatable processes. If you are at a defined stage, your target may focus on automation and optimization. Maturity modeling helps you avoid unrealistic expectations. It also allows you to demonstrate progress clearly. For example, you can report, we moved from manual privilege access reviews to automated risk-based reviews across all critical systems. That is tangible progress. A target state is not static. Business strategy evolves. Threat landscape evolves. Technology evolves. Your architecture must adapt. You should schedule periodic reviews of roadmap alignment, risk landscape changes, regulatory updates, capability maturity progression. Architecture governance boards play a key role in maintaining alignment. A living roadmap maintains relevance. Designing a target state enterprise security architecture requires long-term thinking, cross-domain integration, risk awareness, executive communication skill, financial understanding, governance alignment. You must operate beyond technical configuration. You must think systemically. Your influence expands when you connect architecture to enterprise outcomes. Ask yourself, do you have a clearly defined target state architecture? Is your roadmap structured and prioritized? Can you articulate current gaps confidently? Can you present security transformation in executive language? Can you justify investment with measurable risk reduction? Without a target state, security drifts. With a target state, security advances deliberately. Architectural vision defines enterprise resilience. If this lecture helped you understand how to design and communicate a target state enterprise security architecture, make sure you subscribe to this series. In the final lecture, you will explore how to grow into a high-impact enterprise security architect and elevate your leadership influence. Like this video if you found it valuable. Comment below and tell me, does your organization have a clear security roadmap or is it operating reactively? Your journey toward mastering enterprise security architecture continues in the next session.